What's this undefeated Filipino prospect, JP?
Magsayo out of the Philippines. He's going to fight Avalos on the Nonito undercard.
He's fighting Chris Avalos on Nonito Donair's next fight, which takes place in the Philippines. Uh-oh.
Late Friday
We
night.
encountered an error sharing your broadcast on Twitter. Please try again.
Maybe it'll work a second time.
I think it's working. It's just it's not being... maybe the clear thing isn't going, yeah. Hey, what's up? Equipo de Dinero. Just says Dougie. What's up? EDD. Anyways, this is JP. It's gonna be our camera guy here. He's Hollywood editor extraordinaire. This is the famous Coach Schwartz,
Coach
Dave Schwartz. This is the Santa Monica College track. It's almost a private track. Almost private track here. Dave's got some boxing trivia for me. I have not seen these questions, have I, Dave? No, I haven't even peeked at them. I don't want to know. Yeah. I don't want no help. I'm gonna try to skip some rope. He's gonna read me this trivia. I'm gonna try to answer it. You guys, if you have questions about a very busy weekend of boxing, you can ask it, and JP will he'll repeat what you asked me, and I'll try to answer it. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to JP.
Periscope time.
By the way, Damon, no smiling Allen, prospect out of Philadelphia.
Before you start
terrific
jumping,
talent, and he's entertaining.
Before you start jumping, I just want to say one thing. I've been watching fights since I'm listening to the radio, going to the fights and TV since I'm 10 years old, which is 70 years. And last Friday night's Velasco fights was the single best broadcast I've ever seen, with Doug, Steve Kim, and Beto Duran. It was so good. It made everything else look bad. And then they also have a segment where the matchmaker gives his opinion, which is Robert Diaz, which is incredible. Anyway, you got to watch that if you get a chance. And the preliminary fights are my favorite fights, and they have all these guys making their pro debut. So it's like going to the fights by yourself, sitting there with someone giving you a description of the fight. It's so incredible. And Doug is, these three guys have the best chemistry. They don't talk over each other, and they really are knowledgeable.
Ring TV Live.
Ring TV Live, and it's on Yip TV. And
it's the LA Fight Club, and we also do the series from Fantasy Springs.
And then also, aren't you going to do from Las Vegas? You're going to do
the we do the fight before Canelo Khan, and we do a portion of the Canelo Khan undercard.
And so this kid,
it's free. It's good, and it's a dedicated stream. It doesn't skip out on you and that kind of stuff.
And they have like thousands of people watching it, so there's a great audience. And the first fight,
tens of thousands.
The first fight at the T-Mobile Center is a friend of ours is making his pro debut. Who actually Doug had a lot to do with him signing with Golden Boy. So anyway, we got a few questions.
You want to go with your questions first?
Oh, no. Yours.
This guy says Spence versus Garcia. Who wins and why? Danny Garcia.
I like Spence. Just judging on Danny Garcia's performance against Robert Guerrero, a guy who's not a real 147-pounder, a southpaw who doesn't have the athletic talent, not in his physical prime like Errol Spence, doesn't have, obviously, the speed and power and technique of Errol Spence. He actually gave Garcia a tough fight. I thought he was winning that fight through like 5 or 6 rounds. Mm-hmm. Garcia's not going to be easy for any welterweight because he's a good counterpuncher. He's got a lot of experience. He's in his athletic prime, and he can crack. So that's something we haven't really seen Spence's chin yet. Everyone's going crazy about the Algieri fight, and I agree. Sensational statement that he made, but he was in with a guy he knew couldn't hurt him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would heavily favor Spence over Garcia.
All right, over to you, Dave.
Okay, and speaking of that, my favorite fighter is Chris Algieri. And if you see the interview that he did after that fight, it was incredible. It was like some Academy Award-winning actor was doing this bit, not just after he got knocked out. It was incredible. You got to watch it if you get a chance. Anyway, my first set of questions, Dougie.
Right.
If you could tell me the top 10 highest-grossing pay-per-view fights.
The top 10, well, number 1 is Mayweather-Pacquiao. Right. Number 2 is Mayweather-Canelo. Number 3 is probably De La Hoya-Mayweather. Yep. Number 4 is probably a Tyson fight. Yep. It's probably Tyson-Holyfield. Yep. Yeah. And both 1 and 2
Yeah.
are on that list.
Yeah. In between their two fights, there was another one that. Was,
Probably another Tyson fight.
yeah, it was.
What was Tyson's
You can
other
get it.
huge?
June of 2002.
Oh, of course, Tyson Lewis.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And then after the Tyson, after the.
Then it's De La Hoya Trinidad.
Yep. This guy said
no.
that. No?
De La Hoya Trinidad's not in the top 10?
No, it's on there, yeah.
Okay.
It's number 9. Yeah.
So I've got about 8 fights right
Yeah,
there.
right.
What's missing?
Tyson, Peter McNeely.
Oh, right, yeah. And this is crazy. McNeely didn't.
Yeah.
He wouldn't. He wasn't worthy of being Mike Tyson's sparring partner, but it was Tyson's first fight out of jail, and they did crazy numbers for that pay-per-view. Yeah.
And then you want the other 2?
There's 2 that I haven't mentioned.
Yeah, that's 8 so
Let
far.
me think.
I gave you the year 2010,
Uh-huh.
and it was Mayweather.
Yeah, that's Mayweather and Mosley.
Yeah, you got it.
Huh.
Okay, and then the 10th one is 1991.
1991. 1991 is that's George Foreman versus Evander Holyfield,
Okay.
and that was the first fight on TVKO, which became HBO pay-per-view.
And what was the second fight on TVK?
The second fight,
You know.
it was astronomical decline in pay-per-view buys. The second one was James Toney's upset stoppage of Michael Nunn.
Really?
What city?
So they went for like 1 million plus pay-per-view buys to like under 20,000.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was in Davenport, Iowa,
And it was a great fight.
and a great broadcast.
Yeah, it was really
The
good.
Goosens.
Yeah, Dan Goosen was a color man, and his brother
Yeah.
was on it too.
Joe was on it,
But
yeah.
Dan Goosen was spectacular. So if you ever get a chance, you go to YouTube and watch that fight. It's one of the all-time great fights.
That's awesome.
And Dan Goosen.
And what a year that James Toney had.
Oh my God! But he almost lost his first defense.
He almost lost his first fight of the year against Murky Sosa,
Yeah.
fighting on ESPN, and then his very next fight, he's like a 17-1 underdog against Michael Nunn, and he beats him. It's crazy. And then he fights like 4 more times.
Yeah.
No bullshit. He fought 6
And
times
who
in
was his
9.
first fight after that?
Reggie Miller,
Right.
network
He
television.
got knocked out.
I was watching it.
Yeah.
Got dropped, yeah.
Okay, and number 11.
There's an- oh, you-
Bonus number 11.
11 on here.
Give me a year.
2011.
2011. That is either Mayweather Victor Ortiz, or it's a Pacquiao fight. I'm gonna say it's a Pacquiao fight,
Yeah, you're right.
and I'm gonna say it's either Pacquiao Mosley or it's Pacquiao Marquez 3.
Yeah, you got it.
Pacquiao Mosley
No.
or
Pacquiao,
Marquez 3.
Marquez 3.
Yeah.
Hey, did Mosley get the most big fights after he was shot?
After he's done.
Everyone.
Well, now he needs to send a nice big care package to Antonio Margarito.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because he was finished going into that fight. He beats Margarito, and then he's like, oh, he's never changed, my guy. He turned back the clock. And then he loses every fight, but he's making crazy money.
Yeah.
Except for Sergio Mora. But I think he still got like $1 million for that fight.
That was a draw. And I thought
was a draw.
I thought he lost.
I thought he lost too.
I don't like
HBO's commentators disagreed with us. But they were openly cheering for Shane during that broadcast.
But that's fair.
And people give me crap for the international broadcast for having Mora winning. Like, man, get out of here. Anyways.
So, can you feel the difference in the way that you broadcast now than you did, say, a year or 2 ago? Your confidence level, the way you
Well, I have a
handle
certain
yourself?
comfort level because I'm working with Beto Duran, who I've had a lot of work with. We've got at least a solid 2 years and a lot of activity. And Beto makes it easy. He's got great energy, which I wish I had that kind of energy. My daughters call him the happy guy.
He is.
And so he brings that exuberance to it, and he does his homework. He gives, and he works well with others. And then Steve Kim,
Well, you cut
who
your
I'm,
teeth
I'm,
with
I'm,
Steve.
I'm friends with, yeah. And that's who I started, my first on-camera experience was with The Next Round,
Yeah.
going back more than 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm with people I'm comfortable with and that I'm used to working with. So it's different depending on who your co-broadcasters are.
Yeah.
But I've been really lucky. Like working with the Colonel is easy. He makes it easy. He's such a veteran. He's got an easygoing style. Rich Murata is great. Rich Murata's got that. You know, he's just like a guy who loves boxing. He's legitimately passionate about boxing, and he's been doing it forever. So I worked with some guys who had like a lot of experience. Alan Massengale, a lot of experience, a lot of broadcast experience. They actually know boxing, and that helps. You know what I mean? I don't have to be like the total expert, but they know enough on their own. The only like American veteran I haven't worked with is Al Bernstein. Yeah, that's it.
Well, you guys,
that would be great.
You'd be great together.
Yeah, absolutely.
So another thing, I thought that the Heyman fights last night from the Barclay, that was a great card, and actually had 2 cards on at once almost.
Yeah.
So,
well, the NBC card ran right into the Showtime card.
Yeah, but I'm rooting for Heyman. Everyone hates him, but I hope he makes it. You know, we'll see what happens.
He's at this point, Dave. He's a sympathetic figure.
Yeah.
He's not the 800-pound gorilla.
No.
He's about 150 pounds. You know, it's like, all right, you know, it's not like it's not like a huge threat. He's trying. They got Corona. They got that sponsor, and
they got a few.
They
other
seem happy
now too.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, they had. I don't remember what it was, but they had sponsorships for different segments of the NBC broadcast. So that's a good sign. Tecate's going huge with Golden Boy and Top Rank and K2. You know, Tecate beer is one of the major sponsors for Triple G's fight next Saturday against Dominic Wade. And so that's a good sign. You know, everyone, when people talk about the health of the sport, and somebody wrote me about it. I think I'll put it in tonight's mailbag. Thinking like, I'm thinking the sport's in a lot of trouble, and do you think that he basically asked me, are you worried about your job? You're like a full-time boxing guy, and he said the state of boxing's in. Are you worried? And I'm not worried. You know what I mean? And and one of the reasons is I see the sponsorship, that's involved. And the bottom line is, as he was saying, the letdown from Mayweather-Pacquiao was so bad that it just drove away casual fans forever. And casual fans get pushed away from boxing. They never stay far. Somebody brings them back, if not the industry itself. But, as crappy as Mayweather-Pacquiao was, it did crazy money. And there's a lot of corporations that want to get some of that money. They see that, and it makes them want to be involved in boxing. So that actually kind of helps us.
Well, maybe the rematch will be better.
Okay, guys,
It'll have no meaning.
question.
It can't be any worse.
Send questions if
unless
you
they
got
just
them.
don't punch at all.
I was telling these guys to send questions if you got them.
Yeah.
I don't know if it went out on your Twitter because there's not as many as it was before.
Okay. Well, maybe we're talking too much.
No, it's all good.
You have any other questions, Dave?
I do. So this is what I have. I'm falling back to my comfort level of fights of the year.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you the year.
All right.
Okay. And I'll give you the month. Okay. I give you the month and the year, and you tell me.
That's
do
fair.
Do you want me to tell you what weight class also?
If I need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. September 12th, 1956.
September 12th, 1956. Is that Archie Moore versus Floyd Patterson? No.
Okay, I'll just tell you, welterweight, Syracuse, New York.
Oh, welterweight, Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse.
Yeah, that's got to be Carmen Basilio, and if it's not Tony DeMarco, then it's Johnny Saxton.
Okay, well you got both. See, Johnny Saxton, that's him, and Tony DeMarco was 1955.
Oh,
and that one was in Boston.
Right.
So you got.
So Tony probably won that one. He's the Boston boy.
Let's see.
Hey, everybody forgets about Johnny Saxton because he was just a slugger, but he made for great play. He was a terrific TV fighter. And he fought Basilio 3 times. Saxton did.
I'll give you this one. June 20th, 1960.
June 20th. 1960.
It's their second fight.
The rematch.
Second
fight of the
three,
year?
The second of 3 fights.
Whoa. Is Carlos Ortiz?
Heavyweights.
They're heavyweights, huh? Second of
It's easy.
3
It's really
fights.
New York City.
Heavyweight. Oh, okay. I know who this is. This is Floyd Patterson and Ingemar Johansson. Yeah. The rematch.
Yeah.
That was definitely knockout of the year too.
Yeah. and Patterson got knocked out.
Knockout of the century. Yeah.
Patterson got knocked out.
Everybody dropped Patterson.
Okay.
My legs
I'll
are
give
going.
you this one, and I think you can get it. January 30th, 1962, Philadelphia.
January 30th,
Middleweight.
1962.
Middleweight.
Philadelphia.
The guy who lost, one of his relatives, was just fought the other night.
Get out of here. Oh, wow, shoot. 1962, middleweights, Philadelphia?
One of his relatives?
Shoot.
And the winner's an Italian from Philadelphia.
Okay, so the winner is probably Giardello,
Right.
Joey Giardello.
Right.
And
Oh,
the loser-
actually, it was a majority draw.
majority.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, majority decision. Majority decision.
It was a majority.
Yeah.
Joey Giardello. It wasn't Hurricane Carter.
No.
No, it wasn't that fight.
But there was a guy who just fought recently, and this was his grandfather. Oh, it was his grandfather. He just fought on TV.
It wasn't Cyclone Hart.
Henry Hank.
Oh, Henry Hank. Right.
Remember someone?
Yeah,
just fought-
Tony Harrison.
Yeah, Tony Harrison. Right
Tony
there.
Harrison.
He's related to him?
Yeah, they're related.
His grandfather, right? Or,
I think, yeah, grandfather. Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay.
Tony
So,
Harrison's a young guy.
Okay.
All right, one more.
I'll take you one more.
I'm guessing we're
Okay,
dragging this on.
Dmitry
Okay.
Pirog, the guy just joined the chat.
Dimitri Pirog, where you been? Come back.
Yeah.
We still want to see you fight Triple G.
Yeah.
It's a good fight.
Okay, I'll give you this. Okay, 1970, November 7th.
Oh, okay, this is probably the first fight between Carlos Monzon and Nino Benvenuti.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Carlos Monzon won the title.
Yeah.
Went into the 12th round.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, text questions if you got them. We're finishing up soon.
Yeah, I wonder if the stream got... I
Oh.
had some weird message at the start
Yeah, I
of
don't
it.
think it went up.
Yeah.
It's okay, though.
All right.
If Khan upsets Canelo, who
Well,
does Khan fight?
He fights Canelo in a rematch.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
If
a
he
huge fight. Listen, Khan is guaranteed $8 million for this fight. Plus, he gets a piece of the various revenues, including U.S. pay-per-view. So he might make well over $10 million. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done, if he beats Canelo, he's guaranteed $15 million. He's guaranteed at least that much money. That's the fight they make. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's no rehydration clause in the contract, but there's got to be a rematch clause in that contract. I'd be shocked if there wasn't.
Hello, Dougie from France.
What's up, homie?
Got a question from France?
Just saying, what's up?
Yeah. Let's see.
How do I look, folks? Am my toes nimble? My feet okay?
Maybe you should be the first fighter to get a little center.
I'm not fighting you. All right. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the boxing trivia.
Says, good job, Doug.
Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the rope skipping.
Thanks, Coach
Thank
Dave.
you, JP.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
See you next week.
Yep.
You know how to turn it off?
Triple
I don't.
G.
I don't
Triple
either.
G.
Always triple